G'day, ZiggyD here, and welcome back for some more Heroes of the Storm. In this video, I have a highlight from my Twitch livestream yesterday where I went through all of Sylvanas' kit in detail, explained some of the finer points of the skills, and also went through my talent build and how I end up playing her. This should be a pretty good introduction to the hero if you're looking to jump in to start playing it, or give you a bit of a head start on learning the class based on some of the things I've learnt so far. I'll probably bring you guys like a full match commentary or something in the future as well, so you can see how she plays out in an actual match, but this should be a good explanation of some of the talents and skills that you can use. Anyway guys, hope you enjoy. We'll go through the abilities first, without any talents, so let me hide that. So this is level 1 Sylvanas right out the bat. First thing is Withering Fire. It stacks up to 5 times, and what it does is when you hold or tap Q, it fires arrows. So this, you can do this while moving, and you can do this while attacking. And they'll just automatically fire. As long as you're holding the Q button, they'll automatically fire. Now, killing enemy minions gives gives 1 instant stack, and then killing an enemy hero gives 3 instant stacks. So this chains quite nicely once you get a lot of the talents later on, where you basically will wipe out a minion pack and have it be instantly refilled at the same time, and it'll just keep chaining. So basically, as long as you're holding Q, you're putting out a lot of extra damage. And you see I just got 3 stacks there, was able to put them out quickly. As I finish a minion, I get another quick stack. I can use that to chain into another minion. So that's how those guys works. The next one is Shadow Dagger. This is a fairly long-range targeted attack. What it does is it fires a single dagger that hits an enemy, and then after a short delay, it bounces to all nearby enemies. Now, that'll bounce as long as there's nearby enemies, so what it does then is it applies a bit of a dot over time. So, a dot over time, damage over time. So, it's pretty nice when you have, like, there's a hero dancing around just behind the creep wave, and he moves forwards, and you hit the creep wave, and it'll bounce to the hero. If you, like, throw it on a tower, it'll bounce to the other gates and the other tower, to any creep wave that's there and any heroes that are standing on top of the gate. So you can play quite creatively with this, and it's also quite long range, so you can actually outrange a tower with it too, so you can safely put that on a tower without taking any damage. The next thing is Haunting Wave. This sends forth a cone shaped, or I guess it's like a rectangle shaped AoE. Oh, it is a cone. And it spreads out, and then what you can do is, at any point, you can press E again and teleport to where the wave is. So you can use it as a way to deal a bit of extra damage, a bit of extra AoE damage, or you can use it defensively. Or what I like to do often is, like, be fighting a hero, I'll throw the wave through them and I'll run this way, and then I'll teleport to the other side of them to do, like, jukes and stuff like that. You can use it to teleport over walls, you can use it to teleport, kind of like to the other side of an AoE ability, things like that. There's a lot of different creative ways you can do it. You kind of have to just be in the moment with it a bit and figure out ways you can use it. It's also pretty good for body blocking too, so this guy's going to try and escape here. Well, he's actually not because he's an idiot, but you can use it to teleport. You can use it to deal damage and teleport to the other side of an enemy hero. In terms of as a movement or escaping ability, so if you're being chased, it is faster than you running. So you can wait right to the end and get a little bit of ground on another hero that's running, since every hero runs at the same speed. Now, the important thing for Sylvanas is that she also has a Black Arrows passive, or trait here. So whenever you damage a tower, a fort, or a minion, or a creep, or a mercenary, any of those things, they will become stunned for 1 second. So you can endlessly chain that against a single target, and you can actually kind of alternate between targets and keep them stunned as well to stop them from doing attacks. It means you can do things like take siege giant camps without any without taking any damage, although it's not super fast. It does allow you to do that. Now, this is actually applied by all of her abilities too, so putting one of those waves through stuns all of the creeps it hits, and Shadow Dagger also stuns them all. So it'll bounce around and stun every target. See how that just actually bounced all the way through the creeps as they connected towards each other, and actually hit the hero as well. Now, it doesn't stun heroes. So there's some talents we'll go through now that I've sort of gone through the actual skills, and I'll talk about the talents I take and how they modify. I'm not gonna go through every talent, but I'll go through the ones I pick up. First one is Barbed Shot. I take this, it makes Withering Fire deal triple damage to enemy creeps. So basically, it's excellent for helping to destroy those enemy creeps as quickly as possible and keep those chains up as well. So it just helps with that lane pushing. By itself, it's okay, but it really synergizes quite nicely with some of the other abilities later on. So let me level up now. Level 4, I take Envenom. Envenom you've probably seen plenty of times before. It's an extra ability that many heroes can take. It applies a powerful damage over time to a hero. It's a short range, so you need to get in there, but it can allow you to secure kills and force an enemy hero out of lane. I mostly take it to try and force enemy heroes out of lanes. If you jump on them with an Envenom, a Shadow Dagger, and unload your Withering Fire, maybe even follow up with a Haunting Wave, that's basically a hero forced out of the lane. They either need to back or tap a well at that point. So there's basically Arthas instantly forced out of the wave. Now, I probably could have even killed him there, but a lot of the time they'll back out a little earlier than that, and you can actually just force them out, so you can start forcing your creeps through the enemy lane. So it's also helpful in team fights, picking off squishies and stuff like that too. Okay, level 7 I take Unstable Poison, which modifies Sylvanas' trait, Black Arrows. It makes enemies, so mercenaries and minions, explode when they are killed while they're under the effect of a Black Arrow. So let me toggle minions again here. And you'll be able to see this as I target this creep wave down. So I'll hit him with a dagger, I'll follow up here, and I'll try and target down some of these guys, and you'll see a little explosion as they die. And that chains quite nicely into killing other ones as well. And it also helps provide extra damage to heroes. Heroes will often stand on top of their creeps because they feel safer there. The problem is, against a Sylvanas, that's actually kind of the last thing you want to do, because you'll have Shadow Daggers bouncing around off of them, and you'll have their Withering Fire will be fueled by it, and they'll also have those extra unstable explosions happening as well. So it's a lot of extra damage on the enemy heroes. It's actually, at this level here, it's 138 damage to nearby enemies, so it's actually pretty significant. It's like 2 extra auto attacks or something. So it does quite a lot of extra damage. Alright, so for the ults, you have Heroic Ability Possession, which turns an enemy minion into an ally minion, and then I think the far superior Wailing Arrow. The Possession I don't really think's that good, because most of the time you're going to be killing creeps so quickly anyway that turning them into your side really doesn't make that much difference. I don't know, maybe there might be some strategies that becomes useful in, but I found it super lackluster, super less useful than Wailing Arrow. You already have really good lane push, so what Wailing Arrow does is it gives you excellent team fight assistance. Now what it does is it's like an arrow that you fire in like a straight line that you can then detonate, and in that detonation AoE it deals a big chunk of damage and silences enemies for 2.5 seconds. Silence is very powerful, obviously it stops them from using their abilities. A well-timed Wailing Arrow in a team fight can be the difference between winning and losing in team fights, since it stops them. It can interrupt ults, it can stop them from using their abilities for quite a good amount of time. If they're in the process of using an ability, it actually puts their ability on a short, like a 10-second cooldown. So quite powerful all around. And so it's great mostly for team fights, but also you can use it to secure kills and stuff of enemies that are, just about to escape or something like that as well. Get some cheeky kills with it, it's pretty fun. And you get pretty good control over it, since you can detonate it at any point. It automatically detonates at the end of its range, so if you don't detonate it yourself, if you get stunned or something, it will at least detonate there, but otherwise you can detonate it much earlier. So you can use it on top of yourself, you can use it over here. It's pretty solid ability, I think. Alright, let's level up to 13. Next is Withering Fire hits a second enemy. This helps with rolling down those creep waves, combining with the extra damage against creeps, combining with the explosions when the creeps die with Black Arrows. Let me toggle the minions and have them come up fresh. And it also provides extra team fight potential. You're putting out a second Withering Arrow whenever you're putting one out, so that means a lot more damage in team fights as well. Just a lot more kind of sustained damage. You can see, once you get this combination of talents, you basically instantly destroy Creep Wave, and it kind of just fuels itself. Works quite nicely. Next level I take... Where are we at here? I take Cold Embrace here, which makes Shadow Dagger, makes enemies vulnerable. You've seen how effectively Shadow Dagger can spread. Let me refresh all these guys. So now, whenever it spreads to an enemy, in addition to either stunning them if they're a creep or dealing that dot, it also makes them vulnerable as well, so they take extra damage. So that makes a big difference in team fights. Everything's taking 25% extra damage. It's a huge difference. And it's great for pushing down forts, great for instantly destroying creep waves. It's pretty good stuff all around. I quite like that talent. And then for level 20 is a bit... I don't know about level 20. It's a bit of a mixture. Fury of the Storm can be okay, but you already kill creep waves so quickly that I feel like it's not that useful. So that's probably my third choice. Obviously, we can't take Dark Lady's Call. So it's kind of between Bolt of the Storm and Deafening Blast, and I'll usually take it depending on how the match is going. If you've got like an Illidan on the enemy team, or a Zeratul, or something that's really sticking to you and trying to take you down all the time and constantly killing you, or, you know, really trying to kill you, then I'll take Bolt of the Storm for an extra escape. We already have this one escape, but obviously Bolt of the Storm is faster. It's you can combo it with that escape, and 2 escapes on top of each other means that you can get away from potentially even an Illidan as long as you're not like out in the sticks somewhere random. And then the other choice is Deafening Blast, which makes the silence 5 seconds, so it makes a big difference. It's only in the central AoE, so I'll take this and show you. But you'll see as it's traveling, there's like a little mini AoE inside, so the actual hero I hit here is silenced for 5 seconds. So if you have pretty good aim with that, and the other heroes are not doing a very good dodging Deafening Blast, so it kind of depends on how good the enemies are, because it's pretty easy to dodge the central point. So if they're dodging that, then you can then it's not going to be as useful, and you might want to take Bolt of the Storm. But if you can get those off, and your aim is pretty good with it, then that 5-second silence is excellent, and it does increase the damage as well. So it means you can pick a priority target, so that this is the most dangerous target in this team fight. I'm going to make sure I try and silence him for 5 seconds, and then everyone else will get silenced for the 2 seconds. And it's pretty nifty pulling off some nice little kills with it as well. So that's the rundown on Sylvanas, guys. That's the way I like to play Sylvanas. Obviously, when it comes to actual matches, it's all about where you position, what lanes you push, when you decide to fight with your team, and how well you push enemy heroes out of lanes. She's quite fun because she feels like an assassin like 30-40% of the time, and the rest of the time you feel like kind of a strategist pushing down certain lanes and stuff like that. She's quite a satisfying playstyle. I'm really enjoying her. She might be my next hero that I master, actually, after Jaina, since I've already mastered Jaina now. We can do it! Oh, we can bounce it off the gates. Ready? He's got it. Oh, no kill. YOLO! And there we go. Alrighty. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Bam, bam. She's quite lane pusher then. Yeah, she has excellent lane push potential. And then like a bit of solid assistance in team fights. Like once you get a vulnerability dagger down, making everyone take 25% more damage, applying a bit of a nice dot, getting a little bit of extra burst damage to be able to pick off some squishies if they get peeled off, and then the silence, like those three things kind of combo together to make a pretty decent difference in a team fight. So she works pretty well for that. I don't know, it's a nice balance. It's a really nice balance. I think she's a pretty well-designed hero overall. I haven't played around with too many other, like, talent builds, though. Like, I haven't really played around with, like, focusing on, like, a dagger build or something like that. So there might be some other potential for her to play a more assassin-like or more lane push-like, but I like this sort of balanced approach to playing her. But yeah, silence is super powerful, so that's kind of what makes her such a valuable asset, even in those team fights, even though she is a powerful lane pusher. So, yeah, pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff.